Okay, well, I said I would say it. So I guess I'm going to say it. This is Gina, and you're watching Gina TV, home of inside jokes and awful Twitter accounts. Anyway, no, this is actually SalTV. Of course, you are watching competitive Team Fortress 2. It's going to be an excellent ESEA Open playoff game. We're going to get this thing started right away between two awesome teams. Of course, you have the New Faith Church Gaming in the red, and the Trans-Autistic Railroad in the blue. Two tags that make no sense at all. Actually, Father, I guess, makes a little bit of sense for the church. We're going to watch Father Kev here on the rollout for the church. He is trying to take down a soldier at the moment, but of course he is going to have to retreat from that for a little while. Still, being a scout at mid-fight can be a pretty fun time if their demo man doesn't do too much damage to you right away. It looks like 2 down for each team, now 3 down for the Trans-Autistic Railroad, so we are going to see Soggy Pancake. No, he's actually in the red team. Don't know why he's showing up as blue here. Taking a lot of damage from the enemy Demo Man, and oh no, this is not good. Soggy Pancake down. That repush there by the McRib team. That's Trans-Autistic Railroad. Looked really solid, actually, so surprising. Anyway, the Gina thing, yes, that came from Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter already, it's at SalTF2. Basically, I meant to type Gunna, G-O-N-N-A, and my phone autocorrected it to Gina, and so I was like, oh, well, apparently I'm Gina now. So that's the joke there. There's a lot of jokes actually that may come out tonight. I don't know what they're gonna be yet. Actually, I do know one of them. We're gonna have to find the man with the plan here. This guy right here, Abramelin, aka MJ, aka Frisky Bird 34. And that is according to the Team Fortress TV thread about exactly this game and all the rest of the ESEA Open games. This is playoff season, or, you know, the playoffs aren't quite started yet, but it's getting very close. And so it looks like one man down. That's a soldier down for, it's actually Cabin. CBN is Cabin. That's a soldier down for the New Faith Church Gaming team. That's a lot of words to say. I'm just going to say New Faith Gaming. That's easier. No, New Faith Church. That's what I mean. The church. They're just the church now. That's all. That's it. That's all I got. So the church is backed up to their last point. Now, these teams are kind of on the cusp of making it into the playoffs. So this was a pretty important game for both teams. And in fact, you're going to see that both teams are going to play their hearts out tonight here in the Open Division. And if you're wondering what that means exactly, what is Open? What is Invite? What is the deal with all that? Well, let me tell you. Open is the lowest level of the pay-to-play ESEA League. There's also Intermediate and Invite. And we're watching Drinks right now. Just trying to lay a little bit of spam down. We've got an Uber coming out here from the red team. That's an interesting choice for the Uber, but it looks like they have pushed their opponents out. Problem is, though, they've lost 2 players. They are going to have to back up and retreat. They didn't get that second point now, and their opponents are going to have 100% Uber advantage. So we are going to see the Trans-Autistic Railroad, I think, making this push pretty soon. You got Conductor jumping in with an Uber here already. The Uber is popped to save him. Didn't even really probably need to pop it right when he did, but, you know, just wanted to make sure everybody stayed alive. Conductor walking straight towards the enemy spawn. He is looking to kill this Demo Man at all costs. Not going to let him get any kind of defense away, and that is going to be that. 1 round very quickly in favor of the Trans-Autistic Railroad. Do stay tuned for this one, though, because this game, by all accounts, was a nail-biter, and I was told, oh my god, you have to cast this. So I definitely am going to cast this. It's going to look pretty good. We're watching Conductor right now, the invisible soldier, out on a roam. You do see, in fact, both these roaming soldiers taking this equalizer rollout. In fact, I wonder, no, isn't it usually, no, it's not the roamers, it's the pocket soldier that takes the equalizer rollout. I'm stupid. No, usually you have the pocket soldier, because the roamer's the one with the gunboat, so he doesn't hurt himself as much in the rollout. Anyway, that's some advanced tips and tricks right there, in case you're wondering. Or at least intermediate tips and tricks. Seaprice jumping in, killing that medic right away. This mid-fight going much better than the last one for the church. New Faith Church game and winning that. There's only 1 man left alive. It is Conductor. He is actually still in mid. Nobody really spotting him yet. Interesting. There you go. He will take a jump in. Tries to get 1 kill. Does not get anything, though. He just got shot out of the air by Crypt. So Crypt making things look too easy. Spotted that soldier out and managed to get the kill. That does mean the Trans-Autistic Railroad would be sitting back and trying to defend their second point, not their last point. Their opponents don't have a big Uber advantage, so there will be a good opportunity to defend the yard or the second point here. We're going to see. Looks like the yard's already been given up to the church. So the church is going to be launching in pretty soon. Let's just hope that the Pope doesn't retire from this particular church too early tonight. And Cabin, he's in behind. Nobody spots him. He's going for the med. Does get a couple hits in, and there you go. A dumb baby. The medic for the blue team taken down. That's going to be Trans-Autistic Railroad. A little upset there, I think, about losing their med. That means they're not going to be able to defend very easily. You're going to see Abramelin jumping in, though, and he's not going to get away with much of anything there. A couple of nice shots, it looked like, but at this point, the church definitely have a nice advantage. And, oh, no! Kaylee gets a nice kill. She totally destroyed Drinks right there. And he decided to walk over those sticks. Not sure why. That was not the world's greatest reaction time. Shouldn't matter too much here, but losing your demo is kind of a big deal. Now, they will still be able to use this Uber to take down a bunch of enemy players, and I think that the Church should be able to get this cap, but they're putting up a pretty strong defense down here on the Trans-Autistic Railroad right now, and my gosh, that mistake actually cost them that push. So the Church not feeling very happy about that one. They do have Drinks trying to defend the second point now, but he is just one man against the rising tide of McRibs. Oh, it's making me so hungry right now just thinking about that. Actually, McRibs are gross. Don't even argue this, because I know there's going to be a ton of people in the comments who are like, no, McRib is amazing. I'm going to be like, no. No. You know what's amazing is like a steak dinner. The McRib is definitely not a steak dinner. All right, anyway, this game. We're going to be watching Kohaku right now on the sniper, as he is settling in for the long haul here. Both teams have roughly even Uber, but Kohaku wants to see if he can't get the pick. Oh, he spots the med. Doesn't quite manage to hit, though. It's going to be a little upsetting for him, as I think now he's given away kind of the fact that he is a sniper. And it does seem like everything is paused for a little while here. All right, here we go. So he's invisible, of course, but that was an incredibly long pause, by the way. Father Kev has had to abandon ship, and it looks like he is getting back in right now. There we go. And that was like the world's longest pause, saying unpause in never. And yeah, that was two, in fact, incredibly long pauses. Probably totaling, gosh, 10 or 15 minutes here. We can even check the timer here, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave that to you guys. Door opening at weird times. We're going to see a little bit of strangeness as people are ice skating around after that pause, and the HUD will be broken for quite a while. We're just going to have to deal with that. But, you know, we'll try and keep a tab on who is still alive at the very least. Right now, of course, our blue team, as we recall, Team McRib, the Trans-Autistic Railroad, whose ESEA page, by the way, is kind of hilarious. Looking pretty solid, sitting there on defense with their whatever percent Uber. Let's find out. Yep, both teams have 100. Now, we're going to see Kev actually on the heavy. He's going to make a heavy push on offense, which not always the smartest idea against a sniper, but if they can pressure that sniper early, things should be okay. A dumb baby actually drops. We're going to have to find out exactly what happened there. Let's do an instant replay cam. Okay, we're going to watch the cabin cam here. He's going to start taking some heals from the med. Wants the buff. He wants that 300 health, and that's usually pretty important. He actually takes a shot from the sniper, so Kohaku did manage to get a shot off there. But we're going to see Cabin. This is, of course, after the pause. He's going to hop upstairs and watch exactly where he goes here. This is pretty important, because normally you don't want to let somebody in through here, but apparently they just decided to let him straight through. He gets one shot, two shots on the med, and that is a dumb baby right down. Cabin even gets away with it. Nobody killing him at all. So that is going to be the cause for the rest of the team to push here, and that is going to mean that our Church should have no problem taking this point. LDK down. There's going to be not a lot of heals, not a lot of Uber for the blue team, so the Church easily bringing it to 1-1 after a beautiful play there by Cabin, Father Cabin. I don't even have any priestly jokes right now. I just don't. I've got nothing. I'm not gonna make any. And unlike last week where I was making a whole bunch of stupid finance jokes, I'm gonna stand by that. I am not going to make a single joke about religion here on SalTV. It's not gonna happen. It's just there's no way. So we are, of course, watching a soldier rollout once again. I probably should have put it on a demo man, but what can you do? Looks like maybe some Sticky's getting destroyed by a scout here. Now LDK is going to jump in immediately, finds the med right away, and that's going to be an easy kill on Soggy Pancake, but it looks like a dumb baby's down as well. So once again, both meds dying early on at this mid-fight. We've got Kohaku going for some shots here. It is 4 versus 3 right now, with Kohaku doing some easy damage there to a scout who's not paying attention to him, but how much damage can he actually get off? Finds the demo man, but is it going to be too late? He's getting too much damage, and there you go. Good prediction by Drinks there. Actually gets 2 kills. It's going to be Kohaku and Kaylee down. Getting some revenge there for that that beautiful sticky trap that Kaylee planted that destroyed Drinks in that first push last round. But New Faith Church Gaming looking pretty solid at this point, and of course our HUD is back online, which makes me a very happy person. So New Faith Church Gaming holding the mid-fight once again, grabbing some health here, and we'll just see. I really wish it would not do that blue thing. That is confusing the crap out of me. We'll see whether Soggy Pancake can get the rest of his team here through this doorway. C-Price, I think, is going to be his pocket soldier, and he is not looking very healthy right now. We've got Crypt jumping upstairs. Pretty much our blue team is going to be backed up into the second point. And they're going to be wishing they had more McRibs right now. That's pretty much the way I would be feeling too. Oh man. LDK, of course, playing the typical role of the roamer, watching this flank. Meanwhile, it looks like we've got players trying to spam in through the doorways. Probably not doing a heck of a lot of damage to each other. Abram Mellon took a little bit of damage. And there are some sticks on the point as well. Looks like mostly there's no traps at the moment, so it's pretty much just damage versus damage output. How much damage can you do? How much spam can you hit the other team with? And if you can actually get a little bit of an opening where you feel like you've done one player a lot of damage, sometimes that's enough to push. And we'll see if the teams really recognize that, because that is definitely a big metagame thing. If you can get one player just to kind of retreat to a health pack or something, pretty important. Pretty important. And once again, it looks like the church, they're just kind of walking over the point and then retreating right away, putting a little bit of time on it, forcing some attention in that direction. I'm almost interested to see what is happening on the flank, but it looks like Cabin actually retreating here. And there you go, the damage has been done. So if I were Team Trans-Autistic Railroad right now, I would definitely be putting a little bit more pressure on the enemy team, but at this point it's probably too late. The opportunity is lost, as they maybe not have realized that Cabin was running all that way back to grab a health kit. So, what can you do? It's going to be pretty much standard position here, sitting back and waiting for the enemy to push into you, which kind of sucks, but it happens. It happens, especially here on Granary, where everything is like super choky, and you got a whole bunch of damage potential if you try to push in. So that is exactly what is happening to our good friends from the church. 2 sticks actually destroyed with 1 scattergun shot there from probably Abermelon. And he is going to have to take just a little bit extra heals from the med. Never good. 2 players down. That's LDK and CBN Cabin. Sorry, I can't read tonight. Both Ubers exchanged, as the blue team actually only has 4, now 3 players left, as Conductor is taken down as well. So once again, the church pretty happy. They're going to go ahead and grab this point. Might be able to take the last one, but they are going to be even on Ubers. So unless they push in right now and make things happen, I don't know if it's going to be worth it for them to go in. Vic is going to jump in right now, though. He's going to take some high ground away from this soldier who's trying to spam down on the rest of his team. And that's not going to be too effective. Vic going for the med now. A dumb baby is down. C-Price is down as well, but it looks like 3 players are gone off the board. 4 players now. So the Trans-Autistic Railroad's going to lose that round as well. They just kind of started to fall apart there as the enemies finally managed to push in after that 1 kill exchange on the second point. So I got to say that the church, the New Faith Gaming Church, New Faith Church Gaming. Oh my gosh. Okay, read everything, Salamancer. Just read, okay? Come on, figure it out. Doing a pretty good job. Kaylee taking the left side rollout, so she is looking to get a little aggressive there on the enemy demo. Not predicting his positioning perfectly with that first sticky, but will hit him with the second one. And so a little bit of a health advantage right now going to Kaylee, but she needs to start laying down the damage on the enemy team and getting a lot of pressure. LDK and Dump Baby both down, so not a lot of heals left on the field right now for our blue team. They do nonetheless take down a couple of players here, and there's a couple still in. Abermelon wants to kind of finish things off. They really want to take down the enemy med because they do not want to let the church get away with a 3rd point in a row here. But no, they just don't have the health to bomb in after the med. It would have been like 1 shot, 1 shot, 1 shot, and all of them would have died, which is not a great position to be in if you're trying to dive bomb. And you've got to have just a little bit of extra health there to get the 2 shots or whatever it is that you need to kill a med. So I guess they made the right call backing out, but that's going to be tough to defend their last point here against an invading Uber. Nonetheless, you see how slow the church is actually playing this. They are watching for everything right now. I'm trying to make sure they do not get ambushed. And because they're playing so cautiously, they're giving a lot of time to their opponents who already have a 50% Uber. So I don't think this is necessarily going to be one of those crazy, Uber pushes on last where the enemy doesn't have any Uber at all. However, Trans-Autistic Railroad losing another player, that's LDK, so already the Uber coming in. They are going to use that to capture the second point, which means their opponents will have an Uber to hold last. That is probably exactly what they wanted. At least they can have an attempt to re-push. Interesting that a Dub Baby is down, though. They're not going to have the Uber after all. Conductor getting a nice kill there, so they are going to have to make this push work right away, or they're at least going to have to kill that med, because if they don't, then this is all she wrote for the half. Kaylee going ahead and grabbing some health right now, but no, they are not even pushing at the moment. Cabin coming back up on the heavy. We're going to see another heavy push. We're going to see Abermelon on the sniper for the defense. And are they going to run 2 snipers? Can they do that? No, okay. Anyway, Kohaku is going to be their sniper instead. Heavy is up with the green Jibus after my own heart. That's exactly what my hat looks like as well. I have painted it lime green because it is so awesome. It's just, I also named it Crumple Hat. If you don't get the reference, don't worry about it. But if you do, you're my kind of guy. Soggy Pancake pushing in with his team. They've got the Uber right now. They're going to go ahead and pop it through. Yes, okay, they are going to pop that. I was like, oh my gosh, pop it, pop it, pop it. That's a scary position to pop through that choke point, but they do manage to do it. They take down the enemy heavy right away. Not a lot else, but they do have somebody on the point. Nobody's stopping them at the moment. Just a tiny little bit of time on that point is going to win it for them. Very good damage coming down, so they put half the time on the point. They forced their opponents to go stand on it, killed them, and that is the half. 3-1 in favor of the Church. So since it is 3-1 going into the second half, we are going to have to see the Trans-Autistic Railroad, who are now in the red, by the way. We're going to have to see them take a lot of points here in the second half if they want to tie things up. Do remember, the winner of this game is in a pretty position to be in the playoffs. The loser has their work cut out for them, not necessarily eliminated yet, but very, very much in danger of being eliminated from the playoff positions. Drinks trying to lay down some damage up top. Kaylee's down right away, so that's good. They managed to take down the demo from the enemy team. Conductor and a dumb baby both down as well, so that is going to be the med gone for the for both teams, actually. Soggy Pancakes down as well, so yeah, I'm a big fan of waffles, actually. Pancakes, not really my thing, because they do get soggy really fast, and I'm always like, I don't want to eat soggy, I want it crispy. That's why waffles are so good. Anyway, you know, Soggy Pancakes, of course, down. Both meds died. They're both going to have the same Uber percentage, and right now, the Church winning another round here, possibly. That looks pretty good for them. This is not going to be a roll, but it looks that way right now, doesn't it? It looks like New Faith Church Gaming, whatever the deal with that sponsor is. If it's a sponsor, actually, which I'd never heard of a church sponsoring video gaming before, but who knows, maybe it happens. Doing a pretty good job right now. They are going to get repushed here in an interesting position. I don't normally see a push and an off Uber push into mid, but actually with both soldiers down, this could work really well. A dumb baby needs to not take too much damage from the demo man, but no, actually Drinks is down, Soggy Pancake is down, and all of a sudden it's just 2 scouts left alive. Can they take down the med? No, they are retreating furiously. Why do I always use an F word when I'm saying retreating? It's like the modifier for retreating has to either be furious or frantic. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a habit. Nice damage coming in from Conductor, though, taking down C. Price with a nice little close-range air shot. He's going to go and see... Oh, he sees the heavy. Okay, so there was a cute little play here with the heavy thinking about staying back in there, but he got spotted out. Conductor sees that, and he's like, no, sir, we are not going to mess around with that. So no heavy anymore, of course, for the Trans-Autistic Railroad, or for their opponents, for that matter. But the Uber's coming in right now. Trans-Autistic Railroad actually looking really good here. They are going to go ahead and pop that, take down the heavy right away. Father Vic is down. He was playing the heavy, trying to defend this last point, but now it's getting a little frantic here. Nice Uber saw hit by Soggy Pancakes, but it is not going to... Oh, is it going to be enough? No. It was 2 Uber saw hits, actually, that managed to get. Sadly, it's just not going to be quite enough, as most of the players now for the the blue team are dead. They are trying to defend this point, but it's just not going to be quite enough. Vic is the only one left. Gets 1 kill, gets 2 kills, actually. It might be enough. Could he take down the med with enough time for the demo to get out there? No, Kohaku comes in and saves the day. The Trans-Autistic Railroad will put another point on the board. It is now 3-2. Oh, that was almost the defense of a lifetime for New Faith Church Gaming. But they're still ahead. So they're still feeling pretty good about that. Conductor is feeling less good about having to do the equalizer rollout, but at least he didn't have to do all those rocket jumps. Those hurt too. And everything hurts after a while in TF2. If you're one of the mercenaries, you are not paid to live a cushy life. At least not while you're fighting. Kaylee getting out here and doing some damage, getting a little bit pressured away by the opposing demo man. And now in a lot of trouble. Big jumps in by both of the blue soldiers are going to destroy most of the Trans-Autistic Railroad team, and that means it's been a wipeout, in fact, but they lost their med. So at the very least, there is not going to be one of those 100% Uber versus 0% Uber pushes that we are so fond of not seeing, because those can be pretty one-sided. Oh, excuse me. Had to turn off my my equipment for a second there. Hopefully I didn't make any like awful noises, but if it did, well, I kind of want to hear them actually, because I think it might sound hilarious, and maybe it'll keep you awake for this game. You shouldn't have to be kept awake for this game. This is a game right here, ladies and gentlemen. Trans-Autistic Railroad sitting back on their last point. They have managed to kill the enemy med, so the Ubers are just about even right now. Nice shots, actually, by the McRib team, the Trans-Autistic Railroad, including 1 kill from the sniper. Kohaku managed to do a lot of damage. So with 6v3, that's going to mean that they will go ahead and push out to... yeah, guys, come on. You got to stay together here. You got to build that Uber. They will push out to their second. Probably going to be able to take mid as well. Soggy Pancake backing away here, but the rest of their team just is not respawning. That's a pretty big deal. Soggy Pancake getting out. Not going to take a lot of damage from those rockets, if any. So good dodging there. But they do have to give up the middle point. Nothing they can really do about that. No Uber. In fact, the Uber for a dumb baby is ready to go here. So if they can push this quickly enough, they might be able to take advantage of that little window. But no, 85% right now. I'm pretty sure our blue team is going to be able to defend this until they get the Uber up, at which point it's just going to be a nice little stalemate here between third and second. And there is the 100%. Okay, looking to lay down some spam. Spam, spam, spam. That's all we got today. We have no other meat at all. The McRib, in fact, is made of spam tonight. That's all. That's it. It's not made of pork. It's not made of anything else. It is a spam rib. And Cabin is firing his own team. Maybe he suspects a spy or something. I don't know what's going on there. He's going to have to retreat, I guess, to grab some ammunition. Meanwhile, the Trans-Autistic Railroad team getting a little frisky through this doorway on the right-hand side. They are backing off just for the moment. Don't want to take too much damage or give away their positioning here. Give away their game. But the Church now thinking about getting a little frisky on their own. Both teams using the cookie cutter classes. Nobody has bothered to change to anything different. But you almost never see different classes at this point of the game. Teams want to remain mobile and versatile. So you don't usually see somebody bringing out like the Pyro or the Sniper from second to third. It's usually cookie cutter all the way. Some damage coming in on Soggy Pancakes here, actually, but they do manage to translate their aggression into a kill on Conductor. So 6v5 could be a good position for them to push in on. We'll see whether they actually manage to do that. No, they are backing away just at the moment. They've got the Uber, but they don't want to push it in right away. So you're seeing the red team still able to hold on here. 6v5 sometimes just not enough to push on when you've got such narrow choke points here, like that garage over there, or like this little chokey door over here. What do they call that? They call that flank, I guess, usually. It's just flank. Because the main combo almost always wants to go through this door over here. We do see the red team, of course, regaining their foothold. 6v6. They spot the enemies coming through the garage. And it's getting really dicey here as the blue team, well, they wanted to be aggressive, and now it looks like they are just going to back off once again. Maybe rotate around to the right-hand side. No. Yes, no, there's the med. Yeah? No? Okay, I don't know. Med's actually really far back. I don't know why that is, because that's really weird. Anyway, New Faith, remember, there's a lot of time left in this half. A lot of time, probably like 25 minutes or so. Maybe 24, I don't know. But there's a lot of time. So if New Faith Church Gaming is trying to play a slow game and just trying to force their opponents to make mistakes, I mean, yes, they've got a 1-point advantage. 1-point advantage is not enough time to just, you know, quote-unquote, park the bus and try and play off that. Unless you're playing on a map like CTF Haunt, in which case it totally is. But that's another story. This is not CTF Haunt. This is Granary. This is the bread and butter of TF2, a map where 3-2 leads are just not enough to try and sit down for 24 minutes and hold that. You gotta keep trying to get points. But maybe they're not feeling that pressure right now. Maybe they're just like, no, well, it's okay. We'll let them make the mistakes. We'll let them push into us. Let them try and get themselves in bad position. But you never know. Sometimes that aggression will actually pay off for your opponent. C-Price sees somebody damaged. He does take down Conductor once again. Conductor eating a lot of damage, but, oh, that's a big deal. Drinks is actually down right now, and that is going to probably be the cue for their opponents to push. Yes, Trans-Autistic Railroad coming through right now, and why did they push right there, you ask? Well, because without a demo, there's not going to be any sticky traps on these doorways. So the red team can just walk right in. They will take a little bit of spam, but they aren't going to die instantly to like 5 stickies. Crypt is down. That's a really good kill over on the flank by Kohaku as well. Oh, gotta watch out for Kaylee. Oh, not really looking in the right direction here. Cabin does force the Uber. There is going to be a counter Uber from the blue team, and this could be a pretty good Uber for them. Cabin, though, kind of flubbing that one rocket jump there that he really needed to get on top of his opponents before they retreat through the choke. So it is just going to be kind of a, oh, flipping into the wall and just kind of face planting himself. That's interesting positioning for our red soldier here. He is levitating. That might be against the rules, and in fact is against the rules. There's a pause. Yeah, whoop, there we go. Okay, sorry. Missed just a little bit of that push there, but it will mean that, of course, the Church gets in for free because their opponents lost a soldier. Kind of sucks when that happens, but what are you going to do? They did have a better Uber positioning anyway, so could have made that happen even without their opponents losing a soldier temporarily. But yeah, levitating was basically just caused by the soldier lagging out of the game. Never fun, but it does happen. And what can you do? You just got to pause and let him rejoin. So, losing your soldier's not the worst. Losing your med when he has 100% Uber, that's the worst. Then you're just like, oh, okay. Facepalm, we're going to lose this round. Oh, Kaylee with the sticky traps, and that is a very standard sticky trap right there. Didn't actually see where the stickies were, but that was pretty bad. There is going to be Uber exchange here between the red and the blue team. Nobody ever using the Kritzkrieg yet, but that's okay. Does look like some decent kills here in retreat here from the blue team, the church. But doesn't matter. The Trans-Autistic Railroad making this push happen because of the 2 kills there Kaylee got. Their opponents just got a little bit too aggressive, not really paying attention to the stickies until it was far too late. And I think reset just, of course, refers to the fact that now, once again, of course, you see Trans-Autistic Railroad sitting on the middle point, sitting pretty, and of course our HUD is down as well. What are you gonna do about it? I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for it to fix itself because I can't do anything. This has been happening since like 2 or 3 patches ago. I'm angry. I'm mad. Yes, I'm mad. All right. Most of the McGrid team pushing through this chokeway, so they must have an Uber here. Cabin down. Kohaku kind of watching this sticky over here. Looks like, yes, the entire red team is pushing around rapidly to the left-hand side. They've pushed their opponents back into their second point, and they've got another kill in the process. That is going to be the HUD actually fixed. Thank you, HUD. Thank you, Lord of the HUDs, for deigning to fix everything for me. Bad Uber here from the blue team. Very bad. They did not manage to stop the cap on the second point. Now, actually, can Conductor actually finish this off? Can he do it? I don't think he can. No, he will do some damage. There's 1 scout left, and no, that's going to be it. So very close, but a Trans-Autistic Railroad. Oh, my gosh. Let's slow down for analysis mode a little bit here. Trans-Autistic Railroad capped that second point before their opponents could Uber and stop it. And so that means they did have an opportunity to try and get that cap on the last point. They just barely whiffed it there. It was really close, but they could not stop their opponents. And, they can do this. Drinks is down to that sick heavy play from LDK. Nobody expected that. Did you expect that? I didn't expect it. Actually, let's go back and take a look from LDK's perspective, because that's kind of hilarious. Okay, so we do see LDK has just respawned. Now, he's thinking about going in and realizes, no, he's not going to get away with the capture of the second point. Kind of retreats from somebody who may have seen him there, but no, he didn't even drop. I thought he was in the drop down for a second, but oh, he just got up on top of this little thing right here. He gets spotted, but it doesn't even matter. He's just going to go ahead and start laying down the damage on Drinks. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Seems easy enough. Grabs the heals from the med, and that's an interesting little push. He actually got, I thought he wasn't spotted at all. I thought that was a total surprise play, but maybe the spot was just too late. The comms, not quite there. So LDK is going to go ahead and walk in to this second point once again. 4th for them, 2nd for their opponents, I guess, if you really want to get technical about it. Okay, and finally the heavy will get taken down. His reign of terror is over, ended by a rocket. A rocket to the belly, to the gut. Conductor down once again. He seems to die a lot in these little choke point exchanges. Kaylee doing some damage here as well, but Demo versus Scout is never good for the Demo, and that is going to be... Oh, nice pill there. But that is going to be an Uber force. Nonetheless, this actually could be translated to a really good Uber, as yes, Drinks is down. Got himself caught out there on the second point, and everybody almost for the church is dead except for Vic. So they did manage to get a kill on the med, but that's just not going to be quite enough. Good kill to stop the Demo from getting in, but it doesn't even matter as the scouts are there, and so the Trans-Autistic Railroad has suddenly tied this game up. It is 3-3, ladies and gentlemen. Trans-Autistic Railroad in the red with 3 points, and their opponents with 3 points as well. The New Faith Church Gaming team. Lots of words that don't make any sense at all. It's like a word salad put together. I don't know. It doesn't make sense in my head to say those words together. But yes, 3 points in the blue. And Father Drinks getting out here to lay the damage down. And he's just taking a moment to watch as the rest of the enemy team starts jumping in. May have to, oh, if I were him, I would be genuflecting right now, but there you go. He does manage to I said I wouldn't make any priest jokes, and then I made, oh, okay. Anyway, he does manage to avoid, so whatever prayers he made did work at that point. That bombing soldier is always a scary sight, but he managed to avoid it just fine. Somebody up there is looking out for Drinks. Too bad he doesn't have a halo. I wish these guys all had halos. That would make things so much better for this team. But whatever, whatever. They are going to go ahead and, well, this is weird. I think they're going to push? No, yeah, they're going to bet. Yeah, you'd back out. Because they don't have their demo. Why would you push that at demo? It doesn't make any sense. Making sense at all. And so they are going to sit back here on this middle point that they've fought so hard to win, and realizing now, okay, suddenly we're in a bad position here. Oh, enemies pushing in. This is a little weird. So Uber's exchanged. Actually, the Uber for the blue team popped just a little bit earlier. Soggy Pancake is going to have to retreat. Oh, not deciding quite which way he wants to go, but I thought he was going to take more damage there than he did. Red team, are they pushing in still? Yes, we got a soldier jumping upstairs, but he does die. It's Conductor down. And you've got Crypt with, well, Vic was the kill, but Crypt, I thought, did some extra damage there. Doesn't matter. He's going to go ahead and take down one soldier, doing some damage to this scout. Got to whip out the pistol. Can he get the kill? It's iffy, but no, it looks like his opponent has actually dealt some self-damage with that basher. He was trying to go for a Boston basher kill. No, sir, it's just not going to happen. Med Scout versus Scout, and apparently Crypt manages to defeat the two opposing scouts with the help from Soggy Pancakes. Oh no, Soggy Pancake, just singular. I'm sorry, I've been saying it wrong this whole game. It is one Soggy Pancake. That's it. He's just one man, one breakfast item. Anyway, the Trans-Autistic Railroad sitting up here, awaiting their opponent's push. It is inevitable at this point. LDK, he's taking the high ground and keeping it. C-Price down, actually. Kaylee got a kill. I'm assuming it must have been a sticky trap, as these things often are. Cabin looking for that soldier. Spots a scout over here, and actually he's just going to lead his med straight in right now. The Uber is coming in, doing some damage to the demo, who is Kaylee. Kaylee is down, and the Church looking pretty good right now to cap the second point. Possibly the last one as well. They've gotten a couple of nice kills, but they've lost a couple players as well. They should get the cap. That should not be a problem. Their opponents are re-pushing. Almost have an Uber, but it's not quite ready yet, and Conductor is down already. They could pop this Uber on the scout, and they might have to. Yes, they are going to go ahead and do that, but this is such a badly timed Uber. Cabin is down, but are they going to be able to cap this point? They really need to. Good Uber to chase the blue team. It's just that Ubering two scouts when your opponent's already realized Uber's coming in, not going to deal quite as much damage as you possibly could. They will start capping a second point. Can they finish off this cap, though? That scout has taken so many hits. How is he not dead yet? I don't even know. Kohaku must have been overhealed like crazy. Drinks trying to stop the cap, but he can't quite do it. He has to retreat from that point, or he would have taken too much damage and died. So, for some reason, the Church had to abandon the point. They will get right back on, though, as they have the Uber, and they are pushing right back in. A dumb baby doesn't want to take too much damage here. Drinks thinking about walking the Uber right in. They are going to go ahead and just bypass the point entirely, leave the scouts maybe to get the cap. Somebody must have declared marriage to somebody else with one of those stupid $100 rings, but whatever. It's, you know, if you got to pay $100 for a joke, that's cool. I paid $5 actually recently so that I could get some joke materials. Yeah. You can check my Twitter feed for that, actually. I'm a big fan of certain webcomics. One of them, written by Casey Green, had a business card sale. So I bought some business cards. On one, they look really nice. They've got this like red cursive writing. On one side, it says ass brains. That's all it says. And the other side, it says crap geek. So I figured I'd just pull them out of the wallet and be like, yeah, here's my card. Yeah, it says ass brains. Oh, no, I'm sorry, other side. And then when they're like, oh, it's okay, well, the other side is just crap geek, I'll be like, yep, that's my card. That's it. So that's how much I'm willing to pay for joke accessories, pretty much. And that probably doesn't even make a heck of a lot of sense to you, but I don't even care, man. I don't care. It's funny to me, and that's really all that matters. Drinks, in fact, okay, so talk about that in a minute. As Drinks is laying some 6 down on the point, not quite able to get in and do enough damage, but the Heavy, still with 100 health, gonna die, but can the Scout and Soldier stop? No, both of them locking on the same sticky, and that is going to be kaboom! Drinks happy about that. I will say, in fact, that my joke philosophy does tend to be, if I laugh, then I'm making the joke, whether I think anybody else laughs or not. And, you know, maybe that just explains a lot about my casts in general. I think probably it does. Drinks going ahead and trying to get out here. He is late on this rollout, though, and no wonder Kaylee was trying to lay down damage and kind of wondering where that demo was, because the demo just wasn't there at that one mid-fight we were watching. Drinks does get here, though. Spots the demo once again, and is pretty good about boxing that demo out for the moment. Gonna start trying to lay pills up top. Misses the one. Cabin's down right now. Vic doing some damage, though, and it looks like, wow, both teams once again experiencing some brutality this mid-fight, as it is 2 now. Yeah, 2v1. Conductor with 7 health is going to retreat to the second point. Doesn't really want to engage a scout who can just kind of poke him with a pistol, and that would be the end of things. So Conductor sitting back on the second point, kind of waiting to see. No, he's going to go ahead and connect with the med, who's just respawned. Wait a minute. Did I see? Is that right? Cabin, you could have just taken forward spawn, dude. I guess he really likes going long distance on Granary. Whatever, that's cool. Cabin, you're a good guy. But there was really no reason for him to walk out of spawn. Whatever. Abramelon taking a full 185 health is going to walk straight into this garage lobby-ish thing, shed. The shed in front of the garage. I don't know. And do some damage to C-Price, who was invading that space. In comes the Uber, though. And so that is what happens when you've... Oh, drinks. Okay, interesting. Eating a lot of damage there. Not quite dying, but eating a lot of damage. It is what happens when you got that Uber exchange sometimes. But this Uber exchange not as good for our blue team. They were kind of hoping to take advantage of that. The Uber advantage they had. But it didn't work out for them too well, so they are sitting here in their enemy's yard right now. And in fact, because the enemies have that Uber, they are playing really far back. Good thinking to play really far back. Their opponents have actually already gotten into the right-hand side, though. Thinking about rotating to the left. Where are their opponents? Looks like they have... no, they've not backed up yet. So Drinks is down. That's not going to be good for our blue team here. The Church, who, by the way, are leading 4-3, are potentially going to lose around here. Cabin down, C-Price down, Soggy Pancake is going to get destroyed, and there's only one scout left. Conductor, I think, just dealt a lot of damage. Crypt is down as well, so yes, that is going to be a full wipeout in the transition play. Drinks made an interesting choice to walk out of his spawn right there, and that is going to be really bad. Yeah, in fact, that play right there, that choice to walk out of spawn, may have just cost his team the round, because he could have respawned back on last. Right now he's taking another 10 full seconds to respawn. His medic just got up. There's 5 players left alive to defend this point. Cabin is on the sniper. We'll see whether he can actually get the clutch snipe. Drinks finally respawn, so no, okay, he has not cost his team a round yet. But he needs to get out there and lay some sticky traps real fast. Meanwhile, Cabin watching to see where his opponents zoom in from. But he's not seeing anything yet. And you notice, watch the horizontal, or the vertical axis, I'm sorry. His vertical, like, movement just barely does not change there. As he switches between one door and the other, it's like perfect vertical alignment. Never moves that mouse up or down as he moves side to side. He just wants to keep it all at head level. Now, of course, Vic is down, the Crib is down. We're seeing a good exchange here as the offensive heavy who was brought in has died. Finally, the Uber gets popped here. I'm sorry, it was a defensive heavy. My bad. It was a defensive heavy who's down. McRib has lost LDK. So a decent defense here by our blue team. But, once again, their opponents are going to have an Uber advantage. They've brought in Kohaku for the sniper. And this is going to be a little interesting. You don't normally see a sniper with an Uber advantage. So, not sure what the deal is. He's going upstairs, which is even weirder because he's going to take even more time to get anything done. Well, see what happens. Cabin takes... Oh, man. So Cabin takes down Conductor, and that is going to really slow things down as Soggy Pancake is now going to have 100% Uber by the time... Kohaku taking too much damage here. By the time the McRibs are ready to push. So pretty much it's just going to be Kohaku looking for a kill for a while here, and his team is going to depend on him to get that kill. 1 or 2. It has to at least be a demo or a med if he wants to push, or if this team wants to push. And preferably it has to be like both, because 1 kill on a soldier or 1 kill on a scout just is not going to be enough to let his team push in. Cabin down though, and oh, that's why he's down. He went in and popped the Uber early from the red team, so that sucks. Means that the Trans-Autistic Railroad are not going to be making that push anytime soon. In fact, they might have to worry about their opponents pushing into them. I don't think so. You don't usually see that happening. Nice headshot there on Drinks. Did not manage to get the kill, but did push him back substantially, and Drinks would have had to retreat there. But incoming Uber from the top, so yes, that is going to be a push. And will it actually work, though, is the question. Conductor just kind of standing there like, yeah, okay, well, I mean, you know, give me plenty of time to deal with you. Kaylee now jumping in, and we'll see whether Kaylee can actually stop this recap. Going to do a little bit of damage, laying 6 directly on the point, but not quite finishing off any of those players just yet. Still, so much damage coming in, and there go the scouts as well. Cabin going to retreat. Soggy Pancake, did he get away? Looks like he actually did. 21 health left, but no, Drinks is laying down enough stickies to thwart away that scout. And that does mean that Soggy Pancake somehow stayed alive. His opponents do have 100% Uber, so that is going to be another advantage. And once again, they do have Kohaku still on the sniper, so I don't know if they're pushing this. It looks like they are. They're just going to go ahead and push in with this Uber. They realize they have the advantage, and there is the pop. The medic is a little bit hurt right now, so coming out of this Uber, he will still be hurt. Kotaku laying down some decent damage. Can he get the headshot on this Heavy? That is the only question right now. Heavy actually doing some really good movement here to keep himself away from Kohaku, but no, that is going to be the Heavy down. 3 versus 3 right now. Kohaku looking for some shots, not able to get them, but it doesn't even matter. The scout is actually paying too much attention to the sniper and not enough to anybody else. Kaylee, one of the only attackers left, though, so there you go. I thought maybe the attack was going to work in spite of that sniper, but no, sir. Sniper didn't quite get enough headshots there. Not enough damage coming in from the entire Trans-Autistic Railroad. They are coming in to try a recapture here, which is a pretty aggressive play. They are going to have to retreat from that, though, as their opponents have gotten a lot more respawns. I think the retreat is going to have to happen. And this round, it's starting to get a little long, ladies and gentlemen, as I don't see why the church couldn't push further. They do have just a bit of an advantage, only 10%. Actually, maybe that's going to make things tough, but they do take advantage of their opponents quite a bit, especially Conductor. So we'll see if Conductor manages to get himself killed again. He's going to go ahead and jump in, trying to deal damage. And yes, I say can get himself killed again. He does tend to play pretty aggressive at these choke points, and I think that is the reason. Yep, here you go. He's walking right on in there. It is part of the reason that he dies so often. Kaylee down. That's not good. So Conductor is, he's just going to have to keep his team alive at this point. I don't know what this med's doing, but nothing good. So Uber does manage to take down the enemy med. Not a lot else. Conductor kind of wants to stay with the med right now. And I think this is going to be kind of a weird back cap situation, as you do see Trans-Autistic Railroad getting the cap here. I thought that maybe the demo man was behind them, but no, Drinks has been taken down. So at this point, this is going to be a pretty good time to push. No enemy demo man. But they don't have to push right now, and that's the thing. They've got the option, and if they see themselves doing a lot of damage or they see an easy in, they'll go for it. But they actually didn't see that easy in. They see the Heavy with 450 health, and they're just like, you know what, let's wait until we have the Uber. We've got a bit of an advantage here. So I kind of like that. It's the wise play. Kaylee laying down another sticky trap. I gotta tell you, the importance of the location of your sticky trap cannot be overstated, because even though demos do like to lay traps all the time, and it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's pretty important, that's a good trap. Nobody is going to see that until they get like right underneath the point, at which point they'll die. So I like it. Of course, the trap was detonated right there. Nothing really going to happen. Oh, Cabin trying to go for the double rocket. Almost managed to get it too, but a dumb baby did go ahead and pop the Uber. Cabin taken out. But a dumb baby, as soon as that Uber was over, was destroyed as well. It is 3 versus 4 right now. The attacking team does manage to get a couple nice kills. The Uber is down, though, for the Soggy Pancake, and that does mean that Kaylee, the only one left, trying to retreat, and will get out of there for the moment. Here we see that trap once again, and we'll see how that detonation actually works out for her. Not hitting just yet, and nope, not going to happen. So that's the problem with that sticky trap, of course, is that it's blocked by that wall for basically a full 180 degrees of this arc. Not going to do any damage at all. Cabin eating some damage. Oh, Soggy Pancake eating even more, though. LDK got in and did some real destruction there. So once again, a nice Uber advantage for our red team. And we do see Kohaku on the sniper. This is a weird choice for this particular push. From 3rd to 2nd, there's just not a lot of sniper space available, especially when the enemy knows they've got a sniper to deal with. So Kohaku, I mean, he's flying on a wing and a prayer right now. His opponents should be the ones on a wing and a prayer. Get it? Because it's a church. New faith gaming church thing. Gaming, dude, a gaming church? Would that not be awesome? I'd go to it. The Church of Gaming. Sounds like something that Freddie Wong should do, honestly. He's done video game high school. He should do video game church. All right, anyway, we do have the McRib push right now. It's back in style once again. McDonald's carrying the McRibs to victory. And they are going to go ahead and cap that point. No problem. They're actually going to use this Uber advantage to take down maybe a scout or two. They realize that scout's hurt, but no, he will actually get away. 1 health left on Crip. Look at that. On that right-hand side, you saw his health there. Oh my god, Conductor is so good! He does die a lot, but of course a nice air shot on Soggy Pancake. Beautiful prediction is going to leave the enemy med in pieces, in little giblets. And now C-Price trying to lay some damage on the scout. Scout will get the kill. Ooh, a dumb baby actually got the kill on C-Price. That was a crossbow shot, ladies and gentlemen. Nice one, too. But, of course, that opened him up to Crip getting the kill on him. Sorry we did not manage to catch that on the camera, but I only have so much time in the day to cast this. I'm not going to do any more of this, this junk. Oh my gosh, that point was so close to getting capped. But no, sir. It was close. It was very close. It's a good try. But, you know, it didn't quite work out for them. And now, of course, Trans-Autistic Railroad not going to be very happy. They do have an Uber disadvantage. Their scout for some reason, was still in the enemy last point. But no, now that point is definitely, you're going to watch the capture time slowly revert all the way down to 0, as Trans-Autistic Railroad will not be able to get this cap. Are they pushing in once again? They know their enemies don't quite have an Uber yet. This is really weird. They're actually pushing in. Their opponents may not have expected that, but they're playing it pretty well right now. They've lost a couple players here, though, and in fact, there's only 2 players left. Can they get the Uber up in time? Yes, they do, just barely. Their teammates are not going to spawn in time to save this, so they have to deal the damage right now. C-Price needs to get the kills, but he's not able to get positioning against the scout just yet, and the scout, oh my gosh, this collapse is going to be perfect. Soggy Pancake down already. We do see C-Price down as well. Beautiful play. They're calling GG, but that's not GG. It's 4-4. Oh my gosh. That was ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. 37 seconds remaining in this half, and it's 4-4, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to overtime. Been a while since we've seen that one. Who is going to win this? Your predictions in the comments. You know, go ahead and commit. Just go ahead and say it. Just be like, I think this team's going to win because I am good at predicting things. Or, you know, maybe because you went and checked the ESEA stat page and spoiled it for yourself. I don't know. Because you can do that. This is, of course, a game that happened in the past, and you can always check the stat page. I might put it in the description. I usually forget to do that. But basically, people are just kind of like, whatever, we're going to, you know, there's no way to win this in this amount of time. So, give me your predictions. You can watch some Overtime TF2. It's been a long time since I casted Overtime. There it is. And I know you can hear it in your head right now. You can hear the announcer lady shouting overtime. Or if you've downloaded my announcer pack, you can actually hear me shouting overtime, I think. Maybe? It is definitely overtime, though. It's pretty awesome. So we're watching the Kaylee rollout right now. Go ahead and get out to mid. Once again, taking the left-hand side to Granary. Demo Man has 2 jobs here. 1, try and deal damage to the enemy demo and box him out. And 2, stop the enemy from taking the high ground. That's what stickies are really useful for here. You can stop enemies from taking that high ground. But right now, incoming soldier bombs all over the place. We do see 2 players down. Each team has lost a soldier. At this point, oh no, Soggy Pancake down for the church, though. And all of a sudden, the church not feeling too good about this. Abram Mellon jumping in there, and he gets a nice kill on C-Price. Drinks is gone as well. It's just Kev left alive, and Kev is down. That is, in fact, a wipeout for the red team, and they did not manage to kill a dumb baby. Is a phrase I never, ever thought I would say. But hey, you know, some babies, they're dumb. I mean, you know, some parents roll the dice and they get lucky and they have a smart baby, and some parents, you have a dumb baby. It happens. Anyway, we do see an offensive heavy, LDK on the heavy. That's a little bit weird, but there is a defensive heavy as well, Crypt. We do see Cabin kind of watching to see where his enemies come in. Doesn't see anything yet, and he fired that rocket just to see if he could hear his hit sound. Of course, if you turn hit sounds on and you hit something, even if you can't see what you hit, you still hear the sound. Unless it's a spy, who's disguised. But the Uber's coming in right now, doing some decent damage, but not getting any kills yet. McRib, very close. There you go. I'm sorry, LDK is down. Kaylee's down as well, so no Demo Man. You do see, yeah, the offense actually losing more players here than the defense, so their Uber did not work all that well. They tried to take advantage of that situation. It didn't work out for him. So Abram Mellon is back. Drinks, laying sticky traps down all over the place, I assume, maybe. He's going to go ahead and get some heals as well. Wants to make sure that he is in ship shape. Apparently there's some complaints about the map going on. I don't know. I think Granary is a decent map, but what do I know? And it's a Granary, by the way. We've had this discussion before, you and me. Viewers, if you have been a long-time SalTV viewer, you know. Oh, Cabin, that's not going to work at all. Cabin was looking for the Uber Force there or something, but there wasn't even an Uber yet for a dumb baby, so maybe he was just going to try and get a medic kill? I don't know. That was a weird timing there from Cabin, and it did not work. All of a sudden, it's 6v5, and we're going to see the blue team walk in. There's no sticky traps over there, so Conductor's going to get a clean entry. Doesn't quite manage to hit the scout, though, and actually good Uber flashing here by the red med to keep the scout alive. Going to watch as the red team tries to maintain some high ground, but they are going to have to deal with the late pushing heavy. He's going to hold on to this high ground, no problem, but he's actually trying to deal damage to this red heavy who has stayed alive so far. Cabin keeping the heals on himself, but it does keep him alive. Kaylee's down. It's just a dumb baby left alive trying to go for the kills. Nope, no sir. That means that New Faith Church Gaming managed to recapture their second point, no problemo. They realize that Conductor has respawned. Is Conductor in here, though? Where is he? Where is he? Conductor? Conductor? Don't you play with me. Okay, he is back with the rest of his team. Could potentially have gotten that forward spawn and tried to mess things up, but his opponents would have realized that, and he realized that his opponents would have realized that, so everybody had the same information, and he made the right decision in that situation. Didn't make any sense? It didn't make any sense. It's because I'm stupid. Or you're stupid. Or both of us. Maybe we're both just as dumb as a dumb baby. Kev down right now, and in fact, 2 members of this attacking red team have died in this weird push here. 3 now. Drinks is down as well. Soggy Pancake is having to retreat here. They have an Uber advantage, and they threw it away. They are going to have to throw away the middle point here. Really don't want to have to pop this Uber. That would just be the worst. So they're going to wait for the rest of their team to respawn. Cabin and Kev actually will spawn. There you go. Spawning in that forward location, so they will be able to hold this second point here with the Uber. A dumb baby almost has an Uber of his own, and it looks like they want to push with this Uber anyway. They realize that Drink may not have been up there yet. So, yep, they're going to go ahead and push around to the left-hand side. Scout eating some damage there, so that overheal is all gone. Both teams exchanging the Ubers over on the main side of the map, I guess. I don't know what you call this side, the big yard versus the flank yard. And Kohaku dealing good damage with that scatter gun. Not quite getting the kills, but good damage, forcing his opponents back into that second point. And pretty much that's where we're at. That's what we're at. Stickies on both sides of this door from both teams. Can't get the camera quite right. But anyway, that is going to be the McRibs, Trans-Autistic Railroad, still in possession of the middle point. And Cabin trying to catch up with the rest of his team here. Yep, Trans-Autistic Railroad, they want to push forward here. They want to end this game in their favor. It's still 4-4. Anybody could win this, but remember, as soon as one team gets to 5 points, it's over. Drinks and C-Price both going down, though. That's not going to be good for them. They will probably have to retreat from here. They've got the Uber, but if I were them, I don't know if I'd... Okay, you know, at this point, actually, they could pop it. Yes, they will, just to try and stop this point from being captured. They are going to get the respawns from C-Price and Drinks, but at this point, look, the Uber is over. Soggy Pancake is forced to retreat. He loses Cabin. They lose the second point, and now I think the blue team could take advantage of this. They got to be really careful here. They do lose McRib, but LDK, Soggy Pancake, the medic for the church, is now down, and this is getting to be a very chaotic fight as Trans-Autistic Railroad losing several players there, including Kaylee. But as long as they can keep their med alive, that's what counts. Keep the med alive, keep the second point, and they will have a nice opportunity. No, they can't keep that second point, so they are going to have the Uber advantage, but they are not going to have the second point with which they can push into last quite yet. Once again, LDK is on the heavy. He really likes going heavy, and his opponents sometimes really can't quite respond effectively to this. So I like the play. I want to see him get the overheal. There you go, getting that 450 health. The big buff, nasty-looking policeman heavy here with his anti-aircraft police gun, which of course is a standard fare here in the United States. If you don't know, our cops are totally like balling with these giant guns. It's just what happens. Like you go to LAPD and you walk around the street and you check out, you go to LA, you check out the LAPD. And they pull you over for like a routine traffic stop, and the first thing they do is whip out a rocket launcher and like, do you know how fast you were driving? And you're just like, oh god, I'll say anything. Anyway, LDK eating some damage, not quite enough, and there goes the Uber. Interesting Uber positioning from the blue team, but they are getting way aggressive into their opponent's faces here. And at this point, the church may be saying their last prayers. They've gotten one nice kill, but they are only 4 men up. They do, in fact, pray for an Uber, and the Uber has been granted. So, you know what they say, God helps those who help themselves, and they did definitely help themselves on the way to that Uber. No? Yes? Because it looked like they did a pretty good job on defense. Get sitted on. I don't know what's going on with that particular bind/phrase. But anyway, we got Cabin now on the sniper once again. And we are just going to basically sit here with another stalemate. It's getting close to the end of this game, though, one way or the other. Oh, Cabin could have gotten the shot. Doesn't manage to get it, though. And now he's given away the fact that he's a sniper. He's actually going to go change classes. Changing back over to a soldier. So, we've got the heavy on offense. We've got the heavy on defense. LDK versus Crypt. We'll see whether that manages to work out for either team. The Uber does come in. But, Soggy actually, just barely got the Uber in time once again. Didn't even see where he was there. He's going to go ahead and walk out of the spawn area. They managed to kill Kohaku, keep the rest of their players alive for the moment. Crypto is on low health. Cabin is down, and he's going to have to put a lot of heals on Crypt here. And in fact, it was not enough. Crypt taking too much damage. That's the problem with having a heavy, is you just can't dodge any of that damage. Kev eating a lot of hits here. He is getting in behind this Heavy, but it's not going to be quite enough. Heavy could just walk onto the point. Soggy Pancakes not able to quite make it happen. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. It is going to be the Trans-Autistic Railroad winning 5-4. Looking pretty excited about it, too. So they are pretty much secured in their playoff spot for ESEA Open. Do, of course, subscribe here on youtube.com/fatmop for more competitive TF2 stuff. And check out all the projects we're doing over on Team Fortress TV as well. It's a pretty awesome website. We've got European casting now. People keep asking for more and more, and TFTV and the crew keep providing. So stay tuned, ladies and gents. It's a fun time for TF2.